Look who's made it to the big time, people. Studio, backdrop, desk, lights. I am going pretty well. Now, welcome back to Having a Chat for 2015. Now, my first interview was with Sophie Shaw, aka the Young Mummy. Now, I actually played mixed netball with Soph at uni games, and she was actually quite intimidating back then. Very, very good at netball and very intense on the court. But I was lucky enough to catch up with Soph recently at her house. She was lovely enough to invite me over. And the interview was great. I think it's really good for her fans. She's got over 26,000 on Instagram, almost 10,000 on Facebook. So I think it's great for her fans to actually see her on camera and get an insight into what she's like, because they read her posts and stuff, but they've never actually seen her. So I'm going to stop waffling and put the interview on. Here you go, my chat with Sophie Shaw. You're the daughter of Robert Shaw, who played 51 games for Essendon, coached Fitzroy in Adelaide, and later returned to Essendon as an assistant coach. What was it like growing up with your dad as a prominent AFL figure?
It was exciting. I got to see and experience a lot of things that I think a lot of people who love AFL footy wish they could have. I was part of a AFL premiership, which was fun. I think I was about 2002, I was 10 years old, so I have really great memories of that. And growing up in footy clubs, you build lifelong friendships. So the likes of Kevin Sheedy's daughters, me and my sisters keep in contact with, and I know my parents are the same. They've got lifelong friends, but at the same time, I would have been four or five when I lived in Adelaide when my dad got sacked, and that was a really tough time. I'd get bullied at school. Our house would get egged. I remember being 4 and running out to the front of my house going, "Mum, there's eggshells," and seeing my mum cry and not knowing what's going on, and Dad's car being covered in eggs nearly every morning at the first stage there, and being that age, not understanding what's going on.
Yeah.
But now I look back and to see how my parents sort of held that all together, and that's why now when coaches are in the media and they're getting scrutinised and etc., I feel for them and I feel for their families, because I know the good thing was I was so young, so I didn't really understand, but looking back now to know sort of my older sister, who would have been 11, 12, she would have been getting picked on at school and stuff too, so I really feel I have that God, I don't know the word. I just feel for the family members who are going through that, and the media need to go a bit easier on them, I think, because they're still people at the end of the day. So
yeah. Now, we're both doing sports journalism at La Trobe. Mm-hmm. How much did your dad's career and growing up sort of through all that influence you, or did it at all?
Yeah, absolutely. I remember I used to watch Christy Moldhouse on the boundary when she was a big boundary rider. And I used to sit there with my dad and say, I'm going to do that when I'm older, and he would take me to press conferences as well. I remember sitting there and thinking I was on TV. You're right, mate. And I would sit there and I'd watch it all happen, and just my love for footy was what really, not really sport in general, my love for AFL footy sort of really has pushed me to do that course, and then when it came out it was just, that's what I wanted to do. Yeah,
okay, cool. Now, changing the tune a little bit, when you were 17, you were told that you were infertile. Uh-huh. Can you talk me through what that was like?
Yeah, I had a boyfriend at the time, my high school sweetheart, who doesn't like me anymore, but that's another story. And, at the time, you're obviously not thinking of having children, but I've always been that real maternal type. I used to babysit lots of kids, so I don't care how old you are, being told that it's a real kick in the guts. And I remember it actually sort of affected my boyfriend at the time too. He was just like, whoa, not that we'd ever even talked about that, we were kids, but it, I think as a woman, I would tell myself, like, my body doesn't work, like I'm put on this planet to have kids and my body's not working. So being a teenager, that's really hard to be told, and the way I was told, and still to this day I'm not sure if my mum even believes me, but I was having an ultrasound in a room just with a specialist. My mum was waiting outside and she just said, oh well, you're infertile, so you'll need IVF, but you're not worrying about that now. And I just remember being like, going out to my mum and saying, she just said this, and my mum said, no she didn't, no, she wouldn't say that. And I said, Mum, she did, she just brushed it off, because I'm young. Oh, you don't need to worry about that. But it stuck to me, like, and so growing up, and then especially when I met Jared too, and seeing his love for children, it always played in my mind. And going into detail, I've never really used contraception in my relationship with Jared, and that had gone on for about 3 years before I fell pregnant. So it was definitely something that fell into the back of my head all the time. You know, it's true, I can't fall pregnant, and then I did.
Yeah.
It was exciting.
Now, taking a back step from falling pregnant, in 2010 you met Jared. He's played football for Carlton Norwood, and now he's the captain of Richmond's VFL side. How did you guys meet? Oh, really? That's a good story.
No, well, there is a bit of a story. I'd just broken up with one boyfriend, and my girlfriends, being the good friends they were, said, "Come on, let's go to this party." And I said, "No, I'm so heartbroken. It's only been a week or something."
Yeah.
And I said, "No, I can't. And they said, "Come on, we're going to get drunk. We're going to a party." And off we went. And it ended up being, I didn't know this, and I swear I didn't know this. It was Carlton's Mad Monday party.
Right.
So
that's not a bad party to get an invite to.
Yeah, but when you're one of 4 girls going into a house of about 44 men.
Right, okay. Yeah.
You walk in, and I just remember going, I'm barefaced, and so I had no idea anyone was, and I just remember going, is that Eddie Betts on the couch? And going, oh my God. And, you know, nothing was going on. It was just a party at one of the boys' houses, but when I was one of 4 girls, I walked in, and I went, oh my God. And anyway, I just sat next to Jared, and the rest is history.
Yeah, nice. That's a pretty good meeting story, though. Like, were you the only 4 girls that were there?
Yeah. So he had, you know, a 25% chance.
Now, in 2013, you were partway through your sports journalism degree, starting to make your way in the sports media industry and playing high-level netball.
Yeah.
Then you fell pregnant after being told you're infertile. How did you deal with all of that?
We were so excited. We really were so excited because Jared always wanted kids young. His parents had him young too, and he's got a really great relationship with his dad, and he always said, I want that with my kids too.
Yeah.
And again, like I touched on before, I've always had that sort of maternal... I wanted a career, and I still do, and I want to be successful in my own right, but I wanted to be a mum just that little bit more, and I know that I will go back to my career as well, so that's why, you know, all that la-di-da of, oh no, your life's over, you've had a baby, and that's a load of crap. I'm so dedicated to what I want to do, and although I'm kind of going down a different path at the moment, I'm returning to uni this semester, and I'll finish off my degree.
Yeah. Now, at 22, when you were pregnant, can you talk me through some of the issues that you faced?
Yeah. For issue, I don't even know. Body, the adjusting to... Oh, here he comes. You're going to take the camera. Come here. Come sit with me.
Yeah, come here.
Come here.
I'll get your ball. Yeah, were there any sort of... Yeah? I'll bring you over here.
There's heaps, because I remember I was about 20 weeks pregnant. Come here. I was about 20 weeks pregnant, and Jared and I were going out for a really nice dinner, and we got a hotel room, and we were being all romantic, and I was just so tired, and I was sick. Actually, the issue, I was vomiting about 10 times a day up until about 20 weeks. Yeah, day and night. Like, this morning sickness isn't true. I would vomit, like I would wake up in the middle of the night vomiting, I'd wake up at 5 a.m. vomiting, I'd vomit my dinner up, I'd vomit, you named it. So I'd ended up picking food that I would vomit up easy, so I lived on yogurt and sort of pureed fruit and stuff. But I remember once crying to Jared, just saying, like the second, like he, you know, his life was going to change, but the second I fell pregnant, my life changed. I had to stop playing netball. I couldn't go to uni because I was so sick. I didn't enjoy working because I was standing up and my back would hurt.
Yeah.
And Jared would say, but my life's going to change too. I said, yeah, but mine changes
right now. Yeah.
You've got 9 months to prepare for this. I've got no say in it. My life changes today.
Yeah.
So, you know, you quickly learn to accept that, but it is hard. And being pregnant and being a mum now, you face different challenges every single day.
Like this one at the moment.
Yeah, that you can't even explain, and that's what I say to my friends. Like they say, what's this, what's that? I say, yeah, I can't even give justice to how hard things can be sometimes.
Yeah.
But I also can't even explain how rewarding and exciting it is every day as well. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, while you were pregnant, you started your blog, The Young
Yep.
Mummy. What was your motivation for wanting to start the blog?
Falling pregnant, so being told that I couldn't have a baby, and then just being so excited by finding out the news. I was bored at work one day and I wrote this article about sort of speaking about my emotions of being told as a teenager that I couldn't, and then the emotions I felt when we found out we were expecting. So I sent that round to a few magazines and stuff, hoping it would get picked up. And then when that didn't happen, I thought, this is too good. I want someone to read this. I was really proud of the piece I wrote. So I started my Young Mummy blog, and just purely to publish that. That was all I was ever going to do. Yeah. And then people loved it. People loved that I swore. People loved that I said the word sex, God forbid. Yeah. You know, they just loved my honesty. So it sort of kicked me into gear to write. You know, that's in my character, that's in my nature to always talk like that. So it sort of, pushed me to keep writing. Okay.
Now, on October 18, you posted an article about your friend Kate Hudson, who didn't know she was pregnant. This article was reposted and reblogged everywhere. What was it like having that article sort of go viral? And
it was mixed emotions. It was really exciting because, you know, I had the Daily Mail in the UK, and I had a South African magazine contact me. Well, first of all, I woke up with about 55 emails and, you know, Channel 7, Channel 9, Sunrise, The Morning Show, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, this is so great, this is so great. Yeah. Until my story started to be taken from me and claimed as someone else's. Yeah, and by that stage, it was so far gone that I had no control over it. And people were ringing me saying, surely that's illegal, and surely they can't do that. And I said that they can't, but they're doing it. Yeah. It's gone now. And I actually got in contact early days with a few magazines, a few Australia-based online web pages, and I wrote to them and I said, I'm just letting you know I'm a journalism student and I know what you're doing's wrong. Yeah. And literally within minutes, they had changed it and put my name on it. So once it got overseas, I really couldn't do anything about that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was good exposure at the same time. Yeah. Now,
speaking about exposure, since your initial post on December 10th, 2013, your blog's become a huge hit with mothers and females and males, I guess, everywhere. You're featured by Rebecca Judd on her blog, Rebecca Judd Loves. You've got over 26,000 followers on Instagram, done reviews on different baby products, and you were recently published in Mother and Baby magazine. Did you imagine any of this would come?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like, what do I even now? What do I know about motherhood? What do I know about raising a baby? What's best? But I think that's why people like what I write, because I don't actually tell them what to do, and I don't actually give advice on anything. And I think too many people writing, this is when you tell your baby, shut up. I don't actually, I'm huge on not judging, which is just a stupid amount of that goes on. And, I think people like, because I say whatever, basically my feedback is I say what everyone's thinking, and people are too scared to say. The media tries to tell you that being a mum's so much fun, and it's just a beautiful freaking time in your life, and every moment's just beautiful, and babies are fun, they're lovely, and then sometimes you have to throw them in the bin. And I say that. Go on, go get your ball, go like a dog. Whoop, whoop. Go on.
Now, in your blog, you're very open and honest. Have any of your family or friends ever said that at times you might be too honest? Or do they... I guess that's why people love you.
Sometimes she won't really say it. Just kidding. We're still here. She won't really say it, but sometimes I know my mum will be slowly dying inside when she talks about probably my sex life, but I've had a baby, that's not rocket science. No, not really. Not many people have said. I've had maybe a handful of comments either on my Instagram or something saying you're disgusting and that's crude, and I don't really care.
Exactly. Now, I've got a thing called the favourite Fast Five. Yep. So, favourite sporting team?
Oh God, my heart just said Essendon.
Favourite food?
Fish and chips.
Favourite movie?
Oh no, Dad will kill me. I'm just going to go Pitch Perfect because we watched it the other night and it's so funny.
It is. Favourite alcoholic drink?
Ouzo.
Really?
Yeah. Jared got me onto it. I'm a real Keisha now. Real Keisha.
Ouzo and Coke?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So good.
And favourite holiday destination?
Hawaii.
Right, okay.
Yep. Went there when I was 10 weeks pregnant. It was an absolute nightmare because I vomited 10 to 15 times a day. But it's just amazing. We want to go back there. one day.
Okay. And lastly, what's something not many people know about you?
I could get really like deep and meaningful here.
You
What
can.
don't you know about me? Oh my god, I don't know because I tell everyone everything. I'm trying to think of something funny, something serious. Everyone knows everything about me.
Do you have like any hidden talents or?
I'm a really good singer, aren't I, Jared? Oh
what
my
else?
god. No, I talk about everything. I don't know. I recently wrote a post. This is a bit of a D&M one, but I recently wrote a post about suffering anxiety. I've just been diagnosed with what's called Socialised Anxiety disorder, which when you see me, you won't think that I have it, or my friends won't believe, not believe, but from the outside, you won't think that I've got it. But I'm, currently, I didn't even know that existed, but I've got that, and it just shows that it's not always what you see on the outside.
No, and there was a post that you made on Instagram the other day. It was about a necklace that you had, and that was really, I can't remember it off the top of my head. I know
which one you're talking about,
How does it feel, not how does it feel, but how do you have the courage to put that sort of stuff out there and say, it was one night, I think you and Jared went out to celebrate your engagement and Bobby wasn't here, he was at his auntie's or something, and Jared was out and he didn't know where he was. And you're just like, I've got washing to do, but I don't care. I'm staying in bed. How do you get the confidence and stuff to put that out there, knowing that some people will criticise?
I don't know, like I've recently been thinking that I just have been made without the like shame factor. Like really, like some of the things I'll talk about, like even when, not that I care about breastfeeding, but when I was feeding Bobby and like Jared's friends would be here, I just didn't care, and and that's why, I don't know, like I think I'm really self-confident to the point, I don't like how self-confidence can be confused with arrogance, because I think they're completely different things, but that's what I pride myself on, just my ability to not care what anyone thinks, and that's what Jared will say he loves about me most. And again, it's not an arrogance thing and it's not a rudeness thing, tell people where to go. It's just I have so much confidence in myself, and I think that's a lot to do with Jared being in a really secure, comfortable relationship, that I don't need to impress anybody, and I don't need to put on a facade. And I write about this quite a bit. I think social media these days is so bad in creating these images that's not really them. That's why I want people to see me and the way I think. I don't want people to just see a photo of me. So, and I'm the first to say, like, Bobby's actually quite an easy baby. But motherhood sucks sometimes. Like, and I love him, and it doesn't mean I hate it and that I wish I could go party, because I don't want to do any of that. But it sucks, and it's so hard sometimes, and people just really resonate with me when I say that. So, I don't know. I really think I have like a chemical imbalance where I haven't been built with the ability to give a shit about what anyone thinks. Or like, in terms of my friends will always like bag me for what I wear, because I'm always wearing skin tight. Like, they say, how do you wear that with your body? I'm like, because I don't give a shit. Like, this is my body, this is me. And then with my writing, it's my personality. It's how I think. I'm not going to write to the way someone wants me to, or I don't know. I'm really proud of myself in that sense, that's the way I think. I think a lot of people wish they could be more like that, and that's what I want to help people get like that, because life's too short to be so negative all the time.
Agree. And lastly, what's next? Have you got any big things in the works?
Yes, well, when I can get around to folding my washing, I have a book that I really want to get cracking on. I've met with a few publishers, and I have over 400 stories from women, I can say around the world, because there's some from around the world, that I want to put together a motherhood storybook, sort of. I don't want to give too much away, if someone steals my story, I'm copywriting it right now. Basically, I want to make a book to give to mums at their baby shower to say, this is what you're in for. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's shit, sometimes you'll laugh, sometimes you'll cry, but this is what everyone else has to say, so it's not just you.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I read too many baby books when I was pregnant, when I first had him, saying step 1, step 2, step 3, and your baby will be happy, and do this, do that, and your baby will sleep, and it's a load of crap, isn't it, Bobby? Yeah. So I just want to make a book to, it's kind of like my blog, to make people feel normal. Yeah. Yeah. What do you reckon? Can you give me some money to do it, Bobby? Yeah.
That smile's so infectious, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. And that's why I can be sitting here and I can have a pile of washing and I can have this, and then he just gives me that look. I'm like, and I'm happy again.
Yeah. Well, that can wait for a bit longer.
Yeah, I don't like him today though. He woke at 6 o'clock in the morning. Teething, it's fun. So yeah.
There we go. Thanks very much,
No
Sophie, for
worries.
having a chat.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
And good to catch up with Soph. Next week, I've got an interview with Mel McLaughlin from Channel 10, who's most recently hosted the Big Bash. So all you cricket fans out there, I'm sure you're all big fans of Mel, as I am. Now, that interview will come out next Sunday, so make sure you tune in and check it out. Thanks, guys.